This is Sofia.
This is Tal, and you are watching The Mind Script. Hello, we are the Mind Script channel and we're going to discuss the philosophy of Mr. Leibniz.
Calling on Mondays over.
Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz was considered the most important logician between Aristotle and George Boole in 1847, and would come to lay the foundations for logical computation, automated calculations, binary language, and artificial intelligence.
He was one of the great thinkers of the 17th and 18th centuries, and is known as the last universal genius. He made deep and important contributions to the fields of metaphysics, epistemology, logic, philosophy of religion, as well as mathematics, physics, geology, jurisprudence, and history.
He was born in Leipzig on July 1, 1646, 2 years prior to the end of the 30 Years' War, which has ravaged Central Europe. His family was a Lutheran and belonged to the educated elite of both sides. His father, Friedrich Leibniz, was a jurist and a professor of moral philosophy at a university, and his mother, Katharina Smuck, the daughter of a professor of law. At Easter time in 1661, he entered the University of Leipzig as a law student. There, he came into contact with the thoughts of men who had revolutionized science and philosophy, men such as Galileo, Bacon Francis, Thomas Hobbes, and René Descartes. His professional duties were various, such as official historian and legal advisor. Above all, he was required to travel widely, meeting many of the foremost intellectuals in Europe.
Leibniz published papers on law, economics, politics, theology, chemistry, physics, and architecture. However, it would be his work in philosophy and mathematics that would establish his place in history.
Leibniz is a panpsychist. He believes that everything, including plants and inanimate objects, has a mind or something analogous to a mind. He holds that in all things there are simple, immaterial, mind-like substances that perceive the world around them.
He calls these mind-like substances monads. However, only some of them are aware of what they perceive. That is, only some of them possess sensation or consciousness.
Leibniz typically refers to monads that are capable of sensation or consciousness as souls, and to those that are also capable of self-consciousness and rational perceptions as minds.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Probably, his greatest achievement was the discovery of a new mathematical method called calculus.
Leibniz worked on almost every area of natural philosophy, reshaping how libraries work, inventing the mechanical calculator, creating the binary notation that would centuries later be central to computer science, and becoming a major figure in philosophy. Leibniz worked out elements of calculus in 1675 independently of Newton, and we actually use Leibniz's version, not Newton's. But in 1676, Leibniz traveled to London. This trip would become the primary evidence in the long-standing priority dispute, or the argument about who invented calculus first. The English math posse accused the German of having glimpsed Newton's unpublished notes. What did Leibniz discover back in 1675, over a decade before the publication of Principia? Well, he used integral calculus for the first time in history to find the area under the graph of a function.
In the field of mathematics, Leibniz also discovered the binary system and invented the first calculating machine that could add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Leibniz is often known as the founder of symbolic logic, as he developed the universal characteristics, a symbolic language in which any item of information can be represented in a natural and systematic way.
So that sums up everything about Leibniz. Thank you for watching and see you again!
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, we walk around the neighborhood. Feeling